Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa. Hey, how's it going? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and in this quick lesson, I'm going to show you how to play some of the runs and fills that you can use to spice up Mrs. Robinson, the Simon and Garfunkel song that is obviously a classic. Now, I did do a lesson on a simple campfire version of this song where I show you the chords and I show you the strumming patterns. So if you haven't learned this song at all, I recommend checking out my other video because that's really going to help get you started. And I'm going to assume that you have the chords and the chord progressions and the strumming under your belt, okay? So check that out if you're new to this song, but otherwise, let's dive in. Here's what I'm gonna show you in this lesson. 4 things specifically. One is how to take this E chord, which you hear in the intro to this song, and you also hear it after each chorus and before each new verse. So it's used throughout the song, but there's this riff. And you can hear this in the Simon and Garfunkel version. Really, it's these notes. I'm going to show you how to play those and how to strum along at the same time, right? And keep that rhythm going. I also want to show you in the verse how you can capture the sort of melodic notes that you hear being sung. Specifically, if you're in an E, okay, so those match what you're actually going to sing note-wise, but it's actually a cool way you can do a little bit of an instrumental version where you get the sort of vocal melody without singing anything. So I'm going to show you that. Also in the verse, I'm going to show you this walkdown of look around you, all you see are sympathetic lies. Okay, I'm going to talk about what you're doing there with that. Okay, the C to the G over B to the A minor, and the A minor's bend here, which is a very distinctive note in the song. And finally, in the chorus, I'm going to show you this double walk down on the C and the D, which is Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa. Okay, that's a cool little walk down on the C and on the D that's really fun to sort of get in your bag of tricks because it works in this song and it can be handy in all kinds of other songs too. So I'm going to break down each of those. As always, check out my website if you want to access the tabs for anything I'm about to show you. PlaySongNotes.com. It's my own personal project where I share with you notes and tabs and everything for all those songs I love to play. So check it out, and if you need to follow along. But otherwise, let's dive in real quick, okay? Starting out with this E one. Okay, a couple things here. One is knowing these 4 notes you're going to play. E major is going to be your foundation here, okay? But the key is getting, okay, those 4 notes really. The good news about this is you can keep your hand in the E position, and those notes are really played by open 5th string, and then 2nd fret 5th string, and then open 4th string, and 2nd fret 4th string. The good news is the 2nd fret is where your fingers are going to be anyway for the E chord, okay? So start on that low E string to start with. That's basically with the E strum, so. Okay, now, once you get those notes down, the key is really getting the counting. And the counting, if we're looking at 8 full counts, and that could be, you could count to 8 or you could count to 4 twice. Basically, those 4 notes are gonna come on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 it's the 2, the and right after the 2, and then you have the and between the 3 and the 4, and the and between the 4 and the 5, or the 4 and the 1, okay? So those are where those 4 notes are coming. You really want to get that like cemented in your brain. This took me a while to get down. So the next part is getting the picking right, and by picking I mean you want to get your picking hand going in a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up motion, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you'll notice that on all the ands you're doing an up strum, and on the beat you're doing it down. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Now the key is you want to pick those notes with the direction you're strumming, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so really you're doing a down, up, okay? Down, up. But the key again is get that core down, up going, and like let that be the engine. This is really tricky, but again, if you memorize the rhythm and you kind of stick yourself to a down, up strumming, you can kind of down, up. And it's okay if you get sloppy and strum a few strings extra, right? Because when you do the full thing, it's okay, this is the tricky part, but again, practice it, get that timing, get your strumming down, and if nothing else, you can do this simple version. That's a way where you're not having to do some complex stuff there with the strumming. But hopefully what I showed you there helps you. This took me quite a while to learn and master, and I definitely don't feel like I'm a master, but you know, it took a while to get comfortable with, I'll say that. So that's the first thing I'll show you. And next, let's move into this verse. So with this verse thing, what I'm going to show you here is if you look at the first two lines of the verse, you have an E and an E7, and you have an A and an A7. And what I'm going to show you here is how you can play the melodic notes that match what is sung in the song while your hand is in the regular E position and in the regular A position, okay? This actually was a big help for me when I was learning to sing this song because I was able to sort of able to practice those notes on the guitar, and I was able to sing along with those notes, and that way I could, we'd like to know a little bit about you for our fathers. Now, I'm not a great singer, but still, you got to know which notes you need to hit, and this helps you do that. You also can use this for just an instrumental version before you're singing, or if you want to just play along with no singing, so. And then A. Okay, so follow along with these tabs here. Basically, you're going to be on the E chord, you're going to put your pinky down on the 3rd fret of the B string, 2nd fret of the B string, open B string, and then same pinky on second fret of the G, and then 1st fret of the G, and then slide up to the 4th fret of the D string with your ring finger, and then back to the full E chord, or this 2nd fret of the 4th string, which would be that would be an E also, the note E, okay, so. Okay, that's the E. And you can play more than just the melodic notes. You can kind of play, anything from the E chord is going to sound good with those notes, okay? And then the A is, so we'd like to help you learn to help yourself, okay? So again, that's a handy thing. It might or might not be helpful, but in case it is, I wanted to show that to you. But let's get to some of these walkdowns now. So first up is this, look around you, all you see is sympathetic eyes, okay? So in context, that would be, look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. And you have that bend note on the A minor. Yeah, so that bent note is a very important part of what you hear that's very distinct on the album version. But the key here, the thing I want to focus on is going from a C to a G over B. That's 2nd, open, 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 middle 4 strings only. And then A minor, open, 2nd, 2nd, 1st. Now, this distinct note is the 3rd fret of the B string. and you want to play that with your A minor. So it's open, second, second, third, okay? Now, in all together, this will sound like this. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Okay, the key here, one key is you want to walk down those bass notes. C, G over B, A minor. C, G over B, A minor, okay? That's the first thing you want to get. So after you get the walk down good, A minor, and then bend that note if you can. Push into it with your pinky, and you want to stay on it for a few counts, and then release it and go to a regular A minor, okay? So all together, that would sound like this. Look around you, all you see are sympathetic eyes. Okay? It's really tricky to get that solid bend and keep your strumming at the same time, but practice it, practice it, practice it. It will come. You need lots of muscles working together, but I wanted to show that to you. And finally, let's look at the chorus where we have this walk down on the C and on the D, okay? So this is, Jesus loves you more than you will know. Okay, so what is going on here? I'll show you. So basically, if you're just playing the simple campfire version of the song, you would just want to be doing a C. So, Jesus loves you more than you will see. D. Okay, but here what we're going to do is, for the C, we're going to go from a C to a C over B. C is third, second, open, first, to second, open, open, first, to A minor, and then we're going to go to a C over G. So we're going to go from this A minor, and we're just going to pick up our ring finger and put it on the third fret of the low E string. Now the A string I'm not playing here. It's muted, so even if I do play it, it's not going to make a sound. But the key here with these four notes is, these four chords is, okay, hear that bass note going down? Okay, one more time. So basically you want to just pluck bass note and then a down up on the other middle string. So bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up. Okay? So once you get that, you want to go to the D, regular D chord, okay? Similar thing here where start with a regular D, and then we're going to move our middle finger to the third fret of the A string. And we're only going to play the middle four strings now. Third, open, second, third, okay? And then the next one's tricky. We're going to switch our index finger to the second fret and our middle finger to the second fret of the third string. So it's second, open, second, third. This is a D over B, okay? And then a D over A is just lift up your index finger. So open, open, second, third. So basically, all together, it's D, D over C, D over B, D over A. Now notice those bass notes walking down. So okay? So all together, this sounds like this. Okay? And if you were to play it without a pick, here's a good way to practice it. Middle four strings only. You're going to a low E string there for the C over G. And then D, D over C, D over B, D over A. Okay? One more time. So C, C over B, A minor, C over G. D, D over C, D over B, D over A. And then G major chord is what it resolves to. And basically, you have a nice bass walk down thing there. But yeah, so those are it for the runs and fills I'm going to teach you. Now, I will say, check out Totally Guitars. Neil Hogan, I think is his name. Wonderful teacher. He has a video on YouTube, and if you just watch that video, you'll see in the first few minutes he does some really cool fills that are way beyond my skill level. And on his site, I think if you sign up, and I think it's free, you can see the tabs for what he's playing. It's really great, but hopefully what I showed you here gets you started, okay? It can let you just spice the song up a little bit, and if you wanted to explore your own or look at what other people are doing online or watch Simon and Garfunkel play it, I'm sure they have some stuff that I'm not even scratching the surface of. But otherwise, this has been David Potts with Song Notes. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I would be so happy to answer them for you. And otherwise, take this, run with it, have fun, and let me know how it goes. But otherwise, have a great night. Until next time, keep on rocking. Bye-bye.